I guess we need the government to talk about this and tell us if the customs are saying that this program did not even take off when it's supposed to be ending, then what's going to happen? Obviously, we shouldn't expect benefits from it or measure benefits from it. And this is another issue we talk about here in Nigeria, where we have beautiful policies applauded, and then when it comes to implementation, we hardly see it. This is one evidence of that. Will the government come to extend on paper, the waiver of taxes on some basic food items, or will they say they want to start another one? Time will tell, and we hope we'll keep you informed as we hear those stories right here on our business shows. Now, another crop of importance to us is Irish potatoes. Now, the harvest season in 2024 saw an abundance of this, especially from Plateau State, and it led to a drop in the price of potato against the backdrop of, food crisis and all of that. Previously, about 65 kg bag reached 150 to 180 because of insecurity, farmer herder crisis, and it affected, of course, agricultural activities. Afterwards, at the height of of harvest, it came down, that 65 kg, to about 45,000. However, in December 2024, less than a month ago, Irish potato prices rose again sharply, about 43%, So let's see this fluctuation in the price of Irish potato among other food crops and find out perhaps drivers and what's happening now to it. We have joining us for this conversation Tomiwa Ajewole, analyst with Financial Derivatives Company. Hi, Tomiwa. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
So this, like many crops in the country, unfortunately, we see the time of abundance during harvest and reduction in price. Shortly after that, we just see the price hike. But what's happening to it now? And are there plans? Do you hear of anything for sustenance, even the off-season of it?
Yeah, it's just as you said, farm produce, the price of farm produce is very sensitive to the seasonality, and it's just simply dynamics of supply and demand. So during harvest season, there's increased supply, and when there's increased supply, prices come down. And when we're in the off season, supply drops. When supply drops, the prices go up just because there's not enough to feed everybody. So that is what is happening. We are currently in the off season, so right now we're seeing supply of Irish potato come down, so that is affecting the price. But more importantly, actually, for the current sharp increase between November and December is from the demand side. When you look at the demand for Irish potato in Nigeria, you notice that the main segment that demands the most is the hotel, restaurant, and catering sector. The fast food chain services, and this is because chips is a meal that goes with almost everything. We have burger and chips, we have fish and chips, chicken and chips. And if you look at what happened this December, we had a lot of our IJGB brothers coming back, and even abroad in diaspora, chips is a regular meal. So a lot of them came to Nigeria. It's the season, everybody's going out to restaurants, everybody's out at hotels. So that led to more demand for chips, and the Irish potato is mainly the main product used in chips. So that pushed demand for the product.
Yeah, but is there a way? Well, I don't know, but we know that the farmers, especially in the northern part, we talked about Plateau, a major contributor to the production of potato. Are there new ways or so, equipment, mechanization that's helping to boost the production of potatoes since it's becoming more and more important in our meals and on our menus?
Yeah, so when it comes to Nigeria's agricultural sector, on the surface level, the things that we can do to increase production are well known. We talk about the quality of seeds, mechanization, like you mentioned. In fact, an important part is increasing or improving our agricultural extension service, which is agricultural training programs, because we need farmers to adopt more modern day practices. But apart from that, in particular for Irish potato, I would like to focus on the post-harvest factors or the post-harvest conditions. Really, because Irish potato typically prefers a cool or moderate temperature. Meanwhile, Nigeria is more towards the high side. So when we look at the fact that about 50% of Irish potatoes are lost because of post-harvest losses, where farmers don't usually have the facilities or infrastructure for storage facility, cold storage facilities, we see a lot of loss happening on that side. So if we want to really to figure out that problem, we have to improve our post-harvest facility and storage facility, and that comes down to the power sector, that comes down to the infrastructure. And because obviously if you're going to keep your devices running cool, you need power. So we need a lot of it. Basically comes down to infrastructure. As someone says, output, we need to increase output, and infrastructure is relevant for output. So if we can fix the post-harvest storage losses, in fact, if we can even invest in the value chain, because apart from the raw produce, if we are able to process this products like potato into more processed product, basically like potato flours and fried potatoes. This will also help to conserve the shelf life of this thing. So we would have more supply and to be more available.
Do we talk of exports? Nigeria is a major producer of Irish potato. Are we looking at exports? Do we have exports?
Well, there's export potential, especially for the neighboring countries. But again, we're not even producing enough because of the post-harvest losses. And if you are going to, given again the shelf life, like I mentioned, the fact that it's very susceptible to spoiling. So if we're able to invest in the value chain and increase the value, that's going to significantly boost the export potential. And not only that, it will help to even improve income and employment opportunities in the country, because that way we're going to be looking at bringing industrialization into that sector. By the time you have large chains, large structures that are helping that are processing this produce, first with that way we are addressing the post-harvest loss. That way we're bringing industrialization. That way we're bringing more job opportunities to people, because there are a lot of practices that are involved in the processing of these materials. And that way, when we have that value chain, that higher value chain, we're able to export, and there's also more in terms of the shelf life is able to last longer to actually enable the exports.
All right, Tomiwa Joale, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Let's take a break now. When we come back, Anita Edet will be here with intraday numbers to stay with us.
We live in an era of massive innovation, true ideas that impact every industry and society, cutting-edge technology that gives you a glimpse of the future, intuitive minds that meet the demand of a revolution of talent. The future of enterprise lies in the digital world. It's full of questions and yet solutions. Join us on Tech Trends as we bring you the finest blend of technology and the latest happenings in the tech space. Tech Trends, the tech edge you need. Keeping an eye on diseases emerging and re-emerging. Observe the body respond to the miracle of treatment. Watching requirements of medicine modified and the way we look at health.